Hello, everyone. Welcome to our weekly show where we talk about all things video. And today, Mo is going to show me how to make a cinemagraph, which I think should be really interesting since I'm not really a Premiere Pro person. But welcome, Mo. I wanted
Maria.
I wanted to show people because I didn't know what a cinemagraph was not very long ago, and
Mhm.
maybe some of our viewers will not know what a cinemagraph is. So let me show uh, just exactly what a cinemagraph looks like. All right, a cinemagraph is kind of a hybrid between a still image and video. You see, you expect the model to be moving, but she's not. Only the sparklers in her eyes are. So here's another cinemagraph. They're very eye-catching and interesting. This one looks like a standard video to me, but anyway, gives you the idea. So let me go back and now I need to go back to remove that. Yay, we're back. All right, so Mo, do you want to, you're going to show us how you actually make one of these incredible things.
Yes, I am going to do my best. So, what we're going to do is we're going to kind of begin with what's been done for the final. So, here you have Miriam in a beautiful orchid or garden setting. And, as you can see, everything's pretty much moving around her. And once we do the cinematograph, I'm just going to play it, and you'll notice that what happens is that's playing, and Miriam's not standing still like a statue. She's just been frozen in time, really. But as you can see, everything else around her is still moving. So that's what a cinematograph is. It's really a hybrid combination of moving objects and something that's held still. So that's just the first one. Let's move on to the second one. The second one is it's just a fire, kind of a fireplace, and we're just going to look at what's happening here. So once again, the original video footage looks like something like this. So everything's moving. The person holding that little pitchfork with the marshmallow, it's moving as well. But as we go through it, you'll notice at some point that's held still. So that is completely still, but the fire is moving or still moving around it. So everything's really moving. Everything else is moving, and of course, the very last one is quite a cool one, which demonstrates it more aptly than most. So this is a person blowing out candles on a cake, and she would be moving, but naturally it's a cinematograph, so you'll see immediately she blew the candles out, but they're still being blown out, everything's moving, but she's absolutely still. This is a really, really good example of a cinematograph. So let's just play that one more time. So here we go, we got some motion going, and you can see everything is just frozen in time, but the candles and the fire and the smoke it's all not static, it's all just moving. So that's essentially what a cinematograph really is all about, and we're going to show you how to do it. Now, there's two schools of thought in cinemagraphs. A lot of people like to have cinemagraphs in this manner, where they don't show any movement of the person. So it actually just kind of begins like this. This is it, and it's looped over like a GIF, so you can put it on social media or advertising boards. So there's no movement from the static person or whatever the object's going to be. So it starts off like this and it remains like this. Everything else moves and the static object remains static. But you can also, for video creators, you can kind of, for more dynamic effect, give that little bit of an intro where the person kind of moves or the object moves and then holds still. It's really, really your call what you want to do. So let's look at how we actually go about creating this sort of thing. All right. So let's begin with Miriam. So we're just going to kind of create a quick sequence. Just going to really quickly just get rid of this little guy here, so we don't need audio. And I'm just going to kind of go in there and find an in point and an out point. So let's see. Okay, I'd say around there. So we'll just trim the edges, kind of just trim it out here. All right, so that's what we do, and then we're going to decide what we're going to do from here. So at this point, very important to remember is we need to duplicate this layer. Very important for everyone out there. So you're going to duplicate it. There's several ways to duplicate it. I'm going to show you a really super quick, easy way to do it. You hold down the Alt or the Alt key on the PC and Option key on the Mac. Click it, hold the button, drag upward, and that creates an identical copy of the video. So you have a video 2 track, you have a video 1. Both are exactly the same. Nothing's different at all. What we're going to do is we're going to hit this little eye icon, which is the toggle visibility of it, which essentially just doesn't show us this track on the top. And Miriam, you're paying close attention because I think we have a surprise for you at the end. So, you know what the surprise is already. So, what we do next? So I'm gonna repeat this. We drag out the original video, choose the in and out points. So I'm just gonna kind of make it go back to what it was. So this is the original video. So we don't want you walking in, and this is all unnecessary footage. So we can do it either here or up in the program monitor, but let's just kind of just do it here. It's fine. So we'll just look at the point where you're just kind of about to stand still. We're going to trim this down like so. And just going to move it back. At this point, we want to, once again, duplicate it. So hold on, Alt Option, click on it. First click on it, then hold the button and pull it upwards. And you have an identical copy. Then we hide the top layer. So right now, all I'm doing is looking at the bottom layer. I'm not looking at anything else. So on the bottom layer, what we're going to do is we're going to click it and right click. So we have selected it by clicking it, and then we're going to right click it. And you will see there's frame hold options or add frame hold. So what I'm going to do is the difference between the two here is if I hit frame hold options, right? And I say hold on source timecode or hold filters, we don't worry about that right now. It's going to completely, I'm going to do it deliberately. Watch what happens. That entire video track remains frozen at that point in time. But I want to do it a little bit in a more dynamic way. So I want you to kind of be doing this, looking up, and then I want to freeze you. So I'm going to right click and I'm going to say add frame hold, which does this. You can see there's like kind of a little cut here now. So this is all kind of moving, and at that frame hold, it stops you dead in your tracks, right? Got it. Easy to understand. We're going to do it twice, Miriam, so you're going to get used to it.
Good.
So now the next very important thing to understand is we need to get this current time indicator, which is this line. We need to get it to this cut point. So we're going to hold shift and just snap it. So it snaps onto that. So it's right at that point. And now we're going to work with the top layer. So we're going to go over to the top layer. We're going to unhide it, which just click the little icon. And we're going to make sure it's selected. So click to select it. So once again, you can see it's not white around it. There's no surround. Click it. It's now selected. We're going to go up here to the top, which is the effects controls panel. All right. Now, what we want to do is we want to create what is known as a mask. So I'll show you what that does. The way to create a mask in Premiere Pro is by using one of these three tools. This is an ellipse, this is a square or rectangle, and this is a free Bezier tool, which allows you to draw kind of any shape you want. So I'm going to, what I want to do is isolate you or the person or the object that's static from the background. So in order to do that, I need to mask this out, all right? So I'm going to hide the bottom layer. So we can't see anything at the bottom right now, right? So we only see one layer. So I'm going to take this, my pen, and I'm going to kind of just click and draw around you like so. You don't have to be too precise. And once I close off the mask, watch what happens. Can you see only you are being shown. If I reverse the mask, if I hit this inverted button, it's the other way around. I've reversed the mask and I'm showing everything else. I don't want to reverse it. So right now, you'll notice these kind of little lines, dotted lines, they kind of irritate people if you don't know what to do. And they stay there and you just like don't know how to get rid of it. So to get rid of it, not really get rid of it, to just not make it seen on screen, just click on the opacity or any other value and it goes away. If you want to come back to it, click on the word mask, all right? The moment I click on the word mask, it comes back. And then you can kind of just alter it if you want to play around with it and do all sorts of really cool little things like feather it. The edges can be smoothed out if you want. It's not necessary at this level. So you can see that's what's happening. So if I play it back now, right, we've got this going on. Right. But if I enable the bottom layer, see, I've enabled the layer. See what happens now. Okay, so it looks like can you see that you are moving, right? You're moving. So what we've got to do is say invert. So I'm going to invert the mask, which essentially hides you, shows everything else. So this is what we're doing. We're hiding you. We want to show you through the bottom layer. Right now, can you see it's disabled? The bottom layer is disabled. Okay, so you got a big black hole here that you can't see anything in, but through that kind of mask, that black space, we want to show the frame hold, which is you standing still, which is underneath it, right? So if I now show you the bottom layer, you pop up on that frame hold. So you peeping through it, absolutely standing still. That's the principle behind a cinemagraph, really. It's as simple as that. It's so simple. So if we play it back, we go here. Also, let me just put it up to full screen. So if we play it back, that's you kind of just getting ready for action and bang. Not yet, not yet, not yet. And there you go. That's it. You're absolutely still. Everything else is showing in the background. And Bob's your uncle and you're good to go. So that was the first one, Miriam. I hope you paid kind of careful attention. All right. So we're going to do it once again. So this time we're going to go for the marshmallow. So I'm just going to create a new sequence. Just maximize the track. Delete the audio. All right. And then kind of look at where we want to start. Really, I'll start right at the beginning. It's quite okay. And I'll just trim the track down. I don't need it that long. And I'm going to go in here and say, hey, cool, that's the place I actually would like to begin. But remember, the first thing we need to do is to create a duplicate. Number one, duplicate the layer, right? That was the first rule. So once again, hold down the Option button or Alt button, drag up it, and you've got an identical copy. Hide the top copy, and we're going to click to select the bottom. We're then going to right click on it and say add. At the point we want it to kind of stop doing what it's doing motion wise, we're going to say add frame hold. Done. Okay, so we're good. Everything from here is static. Everything looks like it's just a normal still image right now. So we go back to that cut point by holding down Shift. You'll see this timeline snaps here. We're now going to work with the topmost layer. So I'll hide the bottom layer. Go to the topmost layer, select it, come back to the Fix Controls, go to the Mask Tools, which is, in this case, the Bezier tool, the freeform. And I'm just going to kind of draw, yeah, it's a pretty simple shape to draw around, so it shouldn't be difficult. Okay, and I'm just going to go about here. We don't want to go too close to the flames because we want that movement to look natural. And I'm going to do that, all right? So you can see that's what's happened. If I do that and I go here, everything's still moving, right, Miriam? You can see it. So what do we have to do? We've got to invert the mask. Once I invert, bang, it shows me what's underneath it, which is the frame hold. And look, completely static. Let's just get this up to full screen. That's it moving, and it's where it stops.
Cool.
Yeah. Cool. I like you saying the word cool because I want to say the word cool to you when you're done with yours. So that's cinemagraphs in kind of a very basic form. You can go to much more advanced layers and levels using After Effects and so on. You can add extra effects like smog and rain, and the one that you showed me that you thought was a movie, the guy driving a car, was not a movie. It's a cinematograph, but it's
Right.
been masked out in a number of different places. The road is a mask, the reflection in the mirror is a mask, his hands on the wheel, all of those has been masked. So it looks really great. So that's just taken it a few steps higher than we are at this point. But this is really just for beginners to understand how to create really cool, great cinemagraphs, which you're about to do with the birthday footage. So you can share your screen and I'll just
Awesome.
kind of just sit back and learn some stuff.
Okay, so now you're looking at my screen, and here I am. I'm a novice at Premiere Pro. So, am I supposed to duplicate? We've already gotten rid of the audio track.
Yeah, your audio is
But
deleted. That's
I'm
great.
supposed to
Cool. So before you duplicate, let's look at the point you would like this to
okay.
kind of begin, because there's a lot of spare footage and extra footage that you might not need.
All right. Okay, so now here's the first embarrassing thing. How do I play the thing?
Okay, so simple. Just press the space bar.
Oh, spacebar. Okay, here we
To
go.
play and to stop, right? So when you're ready, just press space again, and it'll stop it where you want to.
Well,
Okay, so she's lighting the candle, and she's going to blow it out in a bit.
okay. So really, it's the beginning that we aren't so interested in.
No, we aren't. There you go. So press space again,
Okay.
and then see that little kind of, it's called a current time indicator, a little blue line that's
Mm-hmm.
running down vertically. Just
Yeah.
click on it and move it back. Move at the top, move it backwards. Yeah, just manually move it, and you'll know where to
Until
stop.
we come to the, and is
Yeah,
that kind of the
you
start
can go
point?
back. Yeah, go back a little bit more.
A little bit more. Okay. Maybe where she's
Yeah,
coming.
yes, that should be great. All right, cool. So we're going to trim it from the beginning. So go to the beginning of the video clip, and
So I drag the blue
no,
bar back.
no, no, move just your cursor. See that it'll turned red? That's a
Mm-hmm.
trim. So that pull it to the right. Just pull it to the right.
Pull it to the blue
That's
line.
it.
Ha
So
ha.
the blue line is the CTI, or the current time indicator, right? So now let's
So
move
this
the
is
whole
probably
clip
really
back.
boring to all you people that actually know how to do Premiere Pro, but
You'd be surprised. There's so many people that don't even know how to do this. So this
right.
is pretty educational. So what we're going to do is go backwards. Take your clip to the beginning. So just grab your clip, yeah, anywhere in the middle of the clip, and pull it to the back.
Like
Perfect.
that.
And like I tell you always, and I tell everyone, whatever changes you make, hit Control S on a PC or Command S on a Mac, so you save incrementally, so you don't lose your work along the way. Okay, so
There we
let's
go.
take your current. That's perfect. Let's now duplicate it. So Alt or Option on a PC and click. Hey, that's just
Ta-da.
that's great. Okay, and now begins a little bit of hard work. So let's play forward and tell me where you'd like it to freeze in time. So you're going to play it forward, and
Well, wait a minute. Okay.
so click anywhere in that area. Just press the space bar in that area.
Oh, the space bar. See, I
Okay.
forgot about the space bar in
Okay.
that
So
short period of time.
just where she was about to start blowing the candle, so go backwards. Move your current indicator, your time indicator back. You can choose where you'd like it to stop.
To stop.
So go back a little bit more.
I think.
She hasn't. No, go more backwards. Go back more. Just as she's about to blow the candle, so go forward a little bit. Just as that breath is about, as you see the candle begin to flutter almost.
Right. Come on. Okay. Just.
So you can nudge your left and right cursor keys as well. Left and right will give you one frame at a time,
Okay.
which gives you really good control. I
Well,
think I
like
think
there.
that's about great. Cool. So on the bottom track which you've selected,
Mm-hmm.
right click it right click.
Okay.
Is that on the same screen? I don't see anything appear.
Uh-oh. Well, I do see
Oh, do you have it? Okay, cool.
I
So
have
then
a menu.
yeah, so go to the frame hold menu.
Frame hold.
So it'll say add frame hold.
Add frame hold. Oh,
Great, lovely,
I did that.
excellent. All right, so leave your current time indicator where it is. Now, let's hide the bottom layer. So little eye icon, perfect.
Okay.
Select the topmost clip. Excellent. Go up to the Effects Control tab at the top of the first source window. So move your mouse arrow upwards to the right. Keep going to the right. Carry on and go up now. Go up. Go up.
Okay.
That's a little bit down, and you'll see Effects Controls.
Got it.
That's it. Click.
Click it.
Right. Open up opacity. So drop that little arrow saying opacity. There's an arrow next to it on the left-hand side of the word opacity, a drop-down
Got it.
arrow. That's it. Now you're going to use that little tool, the Bezier tool, little kind of like like a fountain pen tool. Not the value. That
Not that
yes.
one. That
Click
one.
it. That's it. Now I'd like you to draw around the cake, but I want you to be careful when you draw around the cake. Don't draw too close to the cake because remember there's smoke going up in the air.
Right.
So you can even draw right from the top. It's really fine. Just
Just I want to make sure
yeah,
that
yeah.
she
You
is
can.
not.
That's correct. That's correct.
So, oops. Nope, that's not right. Okay. So I can just
And
do.
just remember, wind smoke is going to billow as well. So it's important. You can always come back and adjust this. It's not a big deal. And naturally, at the bottom about bottom of the cake, there's nothing happening, so you don't really have to worry too much.
Okay, but I need to encircle the entire thing.
Yeah,
So
you can
does
do
this
that.
work?
That's fine. Now you just join it up.
Yep.
Cool. All
Yep.
right. Yeah, that's fine. Don't worry about it. That's
All right.
great. Now, yeah, click on the word opacity on the left-hand side
The
to
word
get rid of that
opacity,
little
the mask
marquee.
capacity.
Right at the top, the word opacity
Oh,
above
the
this.
opacity.
Yeah.
Right.
So you don't see that mask marquee. And now let's at the bottom layer, let's enable the bottom layer. Let's unhide it. Cool. And if you just scrub back, tell me what you see. Go forward, past that frame hold, and tell me if anything's going on.
Here we go.
That's it.
Cool.
Okay. So let's play it back from the beginning. Let's have a look and see it. Let's look at your handiwork. Super cool, right?
Yeah.
Super easy, super cool, pretty easy for beginners to just really create some absolutely cool stuff. You can go out there, take your camera, shoot nature, shoot buildings, shoot the clouds, just shoot anything really, and you can come back and do some seriously amazing stuff with this.
I am going to have to. Oops, that wasn't what I was going to do. I was going to just do that. Awesome. That would be fun. And
Yeah,
and it is very eye-catching. I think it's something that is great for just getting attention on social media.
absolutely. There's so much of stuff on social media that's really fast moving that this kind of eases the pace down a little bit and gives you food for thought. And you ask yourself, how did the guy do this in camera? What's the magic behind? And this is really the magic behind it. It's so simple.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Mo. I
Cool.
look forward to seeing everybody next week. We are doing a program weekly at 11 o'clock Pacific Daylight Time right now. And but in the meantime, if you want to know when we're going live again or when our next show is, or just getting interesting tips and tricks, join our community. We have a Facebook group, Creativity-Hive Inner Circle. And so come join us over there, and we'll be looking forward to seeing you.
Fantastic. And the next time you see me, there'll be a whole lot more lights on me, just working on some lighting. So I'm so sorry that it's dark.
I was giving him a hard
Fantastic.
time about needing more professional lighting.
Absolutely. We're done for next week's show. Fantastic. Miriam, I'm hoping to see at least 3 cinemagraphs from you tomorrow.
Oh,
Put us,
tomorrow.
yeah, put it up in the cloud drive for us, and I just want to have a look at it, and then maybe we post it out there, because remember you wanted to do a video a day, right?
I
So
know.
what better way
My
to do
goal
some really cool stuff?
is a
Super
video
quick.
a day. Okay,
Fantastic.
here we go. My
Lovely.
assignment. Bye, everyone.
Take care. Bye bye, everyone.